going. Thanks to your tips, I got up that first go today.
Very good. Thanks. Cheers.
But I might need to watch this section, I reckon.
Yeah. Welcome back for Ride the Line episode 7. As planned, we're continuing around the Sturt Gorge loop on the river trail, and this time we're heading down. There's no tricks to finding this next obstacle. You'll just be following the river trail down a few slopes, up a few slopes, along a few paths, and you'll find your way there. Now, this one involves quite a bit more risk than the last, so I advise you to walk it first, suss out which line you're going to take, have it all planned out to a T, and then ride the line. Time for the walkthrough. We're coming along the last bit of the easy river trail here, and then it starts to go down. Carry on down, and this might be an opportunity to shift into the right gear. Now, the gearing's not important for this bit of trail because you're basically just rolling and letting off the brakes, but once you get to the bottom you might need the right gear to get across the creek and finish the segment. So I usually run about that same 4th gear down, which is a 34 on the front and a 33 on the rear. Now, as you come up to this, there's these 3 trees, and you've got a few choices here. Before we break down each line, I might take this moment to suggest putting your dropper post down also as you're coming down the slope. So seat right down. If you don't have a dropper, get your Allen key out, get quick release open, drop that thing right down, because it's way more fun with your seat down. And starting with the easiest one here, as you go over the crest, you'll be on the brakes all the way down, but you'll be extra on the brakes as you come over. You can see people have been laying some skids here, and most people sort of hit the panic button. Come in nice and wide to the corner, and that'll set you up for the rock that's just around the corner. Second line choice. So easiest one on the left. Next, well, it's not really the next easiest. The next easiest is probably this outside S-bend, but this is the one I generally choose to go down. It's a little bit rocky. It's the original line. It's kind of how it was when it first got put here. You're coming down, threading between these 2 trees, fairly wide apart, so it's all fine. There is quite a bit of rock on the ground here, so you'll be going sort of up and down, letting the bike freely move underneath you. Coming through, and then try to aim sort of outside on the corner, so you minimize the need for nose pivots and things like that. Great if you can do it. By all means, it seems unsafe to do a nose pivot, but once you've got it dialed, it's actually the safer choice. Third line choice. This one's probably the hardest, the jankiest rock to deal with. So you'll be threading between these 2 tighter trees. A little bit of rock to deal with straight away, and then once you're through the trees, that's when it gets a bit rougher. So on the inside just here, which is the second line you were doing, that was smoother through here, whereas you've got a bit more to deal with coming down off of these couple here. So as you come down off of this one particularly, it's quite a bit of a front wheel drop over, and your back wheel's still quite high, so it feels a bit pitchy, like you're going to get sent over the bars. Now try and hold it together, keep your weight off the back a bit, and let the bike flow, and try not to lock up the brakes is the key. So as you're coming through here, the more wide you can get, the less reliant on a nose pivot you might have to be. So we're coming down through those 2 trees, pretty much straight line here, and then trying to come out nice and wide as you come around here. And then the last choice, I don't see too many people doing this one. I'd say 99.99% of people went down the easiest way today. They were either on their bike skidding or they were walking, so let's see if we can tidy that up a bit. So right hand side, fourth line, coming out nice and wide here because you're going to have to do a bit of an S-bend as you're coming through. I think this is the worst part. What is this? It's a manky old stump just here, and that's just asking your eyes to look at it, so try not to focus on that thing too much. Try to aim your wheel next to it, and then you'll be coming over this one. So same again, your front wheel is going to be dropping down, your back wheel is going to be staying high, so it's going to feel a little bit pitchy, like you're going to get sent over the bars, but believe in your abilities and hopefully all will work out well. And then coming in, and this one actually sends you out wider, so you can actually use this corner, nice wide sort of berm-ish, and then come through. And then what I do here is obviously a bit of a line down low, but I keep away from that one because it's very much on the edge. Where the grass is just straight down and you'll end up in the creek. What I aim for is straight over the guts of this rock here. And I pretty much hold a straight line the rest of the way down the trail. It looks like a lot of people are aiming their wheels down in this little gully. Which you might get forced into if it's wet, but there's a lot of pedal scrapes here, and there's quite a few pedal scrapes on the sidewall as well, so if your pedal is pinging off this side, you might get sort of shunted across and then it's not going to end well. So I choose to aim over the rock, which might seem dangerous, but if you've got your line sorted and you can hold your front wheel straight for a couple of seconds, it's actually a safer way to do it. And then letting the bike comfortably move underneath you. You're obviously standing up through all this, so the bike's able to move freely. And coming down, continuing down, pretty much holding a straight line here. I think the other side is for climbing up, which we will have a go at later on, but not just yet. Keeping on, keeping on. Keep rolling down, and now at the very bottom here, you've got two line choices. You've got the outside, which you actually have to think about trying to get into. Or you've got the inside that the bike kind of just wants to go down and ends up doing. But if you take the inside, you'll have to do some creative cornering to try and get straight for the next segment. If you take the outside, sort of make the bike lean over this way a bit more, encourage it to go out, and then basically having the wide set for the corner will set you up perfect for this next little bit. And then you'll be just pedaling up and over on this little creek, and as you go up and over, and then section or obstacle finishes just over that side. This one's been quite a bit more dangerous, so do at your own risk, obviously, with all these things, but yeah, it's surprising how much easier it's become, even for myself. I've done this, I don't know how many times trying to film this thing, so I've probably done about 25 runs down that now, so it's with the sessioning, it's becoming a lot easier and a lot safer. So highly recommended. Walk it first, ride what you can, and then just slowly, bit by bit, it'll become in the repertoire, and then you'll just do it on a normal ride, and then you'll be choosing the harder lines next time perhaps. Thanks for watching. It's been episode 7, Ride the Line, Sturt Gorge, obstacle 2. And a little bonus, if you watched it all the way to the end, now I'm going to have a go at getting up this thing. I don't know if it'll work, I've never successfully gotten up there. It might take a few shots. Thanks Benny for setting the challenge. See you at the top. Definitely not easy. Hats off to anybody who can get back up that one. Catch you next time.